Oh yeah. And now from North Platte High School Studio B, welcome to Bulldog Banter, where students, stakeholders, and alumni come together to traverse the transformative power of education. This week's episode sponsored by the North Platte Public Schools Foundation and the Flower Market.
All right. Who do we have with us on the podcast today?
We got Mr. Senor. I'm not gonna say it right. It's
Senor Hill.
Senor Hill. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't take Spanish. I'll be honest with you.
Thanks for coming out to the podcast.
Yeah, really
thank
appreciate
you for
it.
having me. Appreciate it.
Well, yeah. Again, we really thank you for coming out here. This is our first podcast, so you're in for a treat. So we want to talk to you a little bit about your experiences, kind of as a teacher. So it'd be like, let's see here, a good question for you. We could ask you, did you want to talk about your gaming club first? Did you want to talk about like your college background first?
I can start with gaming club, especially
Gaming
since
club,
today is
okay,
going to be another gaming club meeting this afternoon after school.
Got you.
Right after school, yeah. So come on, join if you'd like. You are all welcome, no matter who you are or what you are, whatnot. So yeah, gaming club after school on Fridays, about 3:30 to about 5, and yeah, I got all sorts. I brought some of my own personal older school style games, like a Sega Genesis. You know what that is? Oh shoot, I forgot.
Yeah, lots of fun.
We have a Nintendo 64, but I forgot I left that at home, and all sorts of other old school games. We also have some other Nintendo Switches and an Xbox One S or X, I forget which one it is. And then a ton of board games as well. It's got some decks of cards. We can play card games, plenty of different things. There's all sorts of things. If you don't know how to play something, come and learn. I'm happy to help share what I know, and other kids are happy to help teach others what to do and how to do things.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, that's really cool.
How many people are in the gaming club?
I think the most I've had, I think at one time was about 18. Otherwise, it's usually around maybe about 10 to 12-ish that regularly, consistently come.
Okay, so you got a pretty decent chunk of people there. All right, well, that's really cool. Do you guys do like any competitions or anything?
Not at the moment. I know I need to. I think it's definitely a lot on me more so a little bit, because we need to get a little different, some equipment.
Right.
We want to start doing some competitions and things like that. I know we have ideas for doing some tournaments in the near future, but I need to kind of get on my behind and get some things bought so we can do those competitions.
Absolutely. Jeez, that was actually really neat. What
What type of equipment would you say you have in the gaming club?
So I mean, like I said, there's a couple Nintendo Switches. There's one Xbox One X, I think. Got a couple different projectors borrowing from the library. A monitor, I think, borrowing from from the tech department, Miss Anderson. Original Xbox, Sega Genesis. Actually, there's a really cool Sega Genesis CDX. It's got a CD disc that you can play games on, but also the cartridge portion is itty bitty, so only about yay big. Real super cool, and you can switch between using the cartridge or the disc. Original PlayStation, a PS1, even though they're pretty much the same thing.
True.
I could bring my PS2. I haven't yet. Gosh, what Oh, I got a broken Wii that I guess I need to fix up. Tried playing the game the last time, and it didn't work out so well, unfortunately.
Right.
And about it. I do have a couple old school, big old TVs, the tube TVs and whatnot.
Like the big box ones?
Yeah. Well, they're about yay big.
Oh, it's like pretty decent. Okay.
But they're the boxy ones.
Okay, that's actually really cool.
Yeah. A couple of those as well.
Right. Yeah. Do you think gaming club is like any different from esports, or are they like pretty similar there?
So esports, back in the day, there was esports. This is completely different from that, or similar but different, I suppose. Esports, there is a lot of different competitions, like weekly, daily basis, and stuff like that, where they would compete against other schools and like multiple times a week. We even have some current gaming club members that used to do the esports as well, and that's why this is a club and not an esports. Esports isn't quite, I guess it's not quite an NSAA, excuse me, high school NSAA sport. So I just wasn't really, it would have been way too much I think it's way too much for one person to take on as like a teacher or adult
Right.
to sponsor that. So gaming clubs are just come in, hang out, come play some games if you want, whether it's video games, card games, board games, doesn't really matter.
It's just like a more relaxed kind of area. Okay. I like that a lot.
Absolutely.
That's actually really
Granted,
nice.
some of the kids might take things a little seriously, so I got to quiet down a little bit.
Some friendly competition there.
It's a little friendly competition.
Right.
So, swapping some things up. How long have you been taught at NPHS for?
This is my 4th year teaching at NPHS.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, and my first teaching job as well.
Did you teach at other schools?
Nope, this is the first and only so far.
Okay.
I did do some. I guess my background in teaching, before doing the teaching thing here at the high school, I did do some substituting, but really only like 3 or 4, maybe 5 times at most. I just with my current, right after going to college, after graduating at college, I didn't quite have or my first license was a little bit initial. I didn't quite have a high enough score on my Spanish test that I needed to take. So they only gave me like a 2-year license because I had that deficiency for that test. So I just had to basically get my fluency up a lot more. And after I graduated, after a few years, I went to a couple different places.
Oh. Sounds
Wow.
like a bit troubling for the test and the 2-year license. Probably have to get that renewed.
No, that was just the first time. So
yeah.
So then after that, it was after. So I graduated. After I graduated, I took my second trip out of the country to Peru for about 8 weeks. That was awesome being in Cusco, Peru. Fun time. Lots of different culture to soak up for myself. I should have probably tried to travel more, but I didn't quite travel as much as I'd like to. Granted, that also would have cost more money too.
True.
Went and saw Machu Picchu and all sorts of other places in that area. Didn't quite go to see some other cool aspects in Peru. Then I came back to the U.S. I had a friend's wedding that I was going to. I was literally here for the weekend, or in Lincoln for the weekend, and then flew out to Guatemala. Actually, no, I had a slight delay for that trip, but I went out to Guatemala because I think that was about hurricane season.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Right.
hurricane season, because it's about October of
Gotcha.
2017, and I was in Guatemala for just under 3 weeks. And it was a real super small school, but awesome place. Very few, like there was 3 teachers and like 3 students. So me and 2 others, but it's still nice. Got to visit with or stay at a host family. And most of my travels actually, except for the really big long travel that I took when I was in Barcelona for about 8 months. I got a student visa, and that was actually where I passed my test finally in 2019, the summer. So it was right at the end of that first year. License would have expired like that August, and I just passed it I took it in Madrid, of all places. I took that test in Madrid.
Nice.
That is actually really cool.
Passed it.
Wait, how were you
was-
feeling? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'll let you
No, you're
go
good.
on
You're
there.
good.
I was wondering, like how are you feeling when you were like taking that test? Were you like extremely like nervous?
Oh,
Or
no,
you were pretty confident?
less nervous because by then it's just a super hard test. Mostly because it's supposed to be for, it's called the praxis, and it's supposed to be for like, as a teaching, or at least it was a teaching requirement. It might be less of a requirement now to have your content-based praxis passed, or praxis test passed. But by then, I'd already taken it at least 3 or 4 other times. So it was like, I know what I'm doing. I got some different test prep materials to help me. I just didn't have enough Spanish fluency, basically, at that point.
Right.
And
Okay.
so I was taking classes at a school in Barcelona, some language classes. I was also living at a guy's apartment. It sounds weird, but it's normal in bigger cities to just like rent out an apartment room, a room in an apartment. I was living
Right.
with this guy from Ecuador, and I had for a short time I had a couple that were from Venezuela for just a little bit, and then they left, and then I had this really awesome British roommate, kind of an older guy, but he was so fit. He would get up early in the morning, do some Duolingo in the mornings, or do some basically mind training things with, because he was practicing Swahili because he had visited some places in Africa and wanted to work on getting his laughter therapy things, business gigs starting up and whatnot. It was just really cool and ate really healthy, got me to eat some healthy stuff a little bit, sorts of fun stuff.
Wow,
Sounds
you
like
must
a-
have met a lot of people.
Yeah, sounds like a good roommate.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sounds awesome.
What would you say was like your favorite part about going to Peru or Guatemala?
So it kind of sounds it was a little bit interesting to see Machu Picchu. The day it happened, me and one of the other guys from the language school in Cusco, we booked our tickets because you got to book this well in advance. Excuse me. Because obviously they just book up so much, and so we actually booked the regular entry to Machu Picchu, but you can also book extra little trails basically. So one was Machu Picchu Mountain, and the other one was Huayna Picchu. Huayna Picchu is like the quote death stairs basically. So it's super high up, real tall steps, and so a lot of like the real fit biking guys or people who might walk the trail might do things like that, do like that side. I was like, I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on that one, but Machu Picchu Mountain, much more relaxed of a hike. And so we booked that, and day of, it's been raining because it's during the rainy season, not during their dry season. And so I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I don't know how well this is gonna be as I'm doing this. But honestly, by the time we got to the top of Machu Picchu Mountain, it was kind of cool. I got a video of where we're at the top of the mountain, and all you can see is clouds. So it's almost kind of mysterious, but it's like really cool because it's like, whoa,
Yeah, that sounds
360
awesome.
degrees clouds. Nothing, can't see the bottom or nothing.
Was it hard
Jeez.
to breathe up there?
No, not so much because I don't think that one was too high up. I think it was more so there was a higher altitude on the other time during that trip to Peru where we went to Rainbow. It's called Rainbow Mountain or La Montaña de los Colores or La Montaña de Siete Colores. It's just real cool mountains where basically because of all the different types of minerals, salts and minerals that are on there, that you see all these different colors, right? Like iron is red and other things like that. So just different colors. And even a lot of people that would come from Lima, the capital of Peru, where it's a coastal city, you're talking near sea level, where they would have these little canisters of oxygen. And I'm just like, wait, what are they doing? And it's like, oh, okay. Every once in a while, they take some deep breaths out of oxygen because the air was just so thin because that one was really high up.
Wow, that sounds actually gorgeous up there.
Uh-huh. Oh, absolutely. Got all sorts of pictures, all sorts of places.
Well, geez, maybe after the interview here, we could check out some of those pictures.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. So what all have you taught here at North Platte?
Just Spanish 1 and Spanish 2. Those are the only classes I'm able to teach at the moment. In order to teach Spanish 3 and 4, which currently is offered as dual credit. And now since dual credit is for free, y'all should check that up. Check it out for free. Get some or college credits and whatnot. Absolutely. And if Spanish isn't your thing, go check out French, of course. We have Madam Hardman, who's awesome at French, or take her Spanish too, or Spanish as well if she's got some Spanish classes open. But since I don't have enough credit or enough master's credits to do the dual credit teaching, I can only do 1 and 2 at the moment, and I'm happy with that right now. I need to get some more education though. Take some classes sometime.
Right.
It's good to always learn, you know?
Absolutely.
What's your like best or like most favorite memory here
As a student or as a teacher?
as a teacher?
A
Or you could do
teacher.
student
You
too.
were, wait, he was a student here at North Platte High?
Yeah.
Okay, I completely like misread that then. I don't know. I thought you like moved here and then started teaching. I was like, well, that's actually really cool. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to
No.
hear about your like
Oh,
being a
so-
student here.
So first and foremost, yeah, I'm born and raised here in North Platte, Nebraska. So I guess I'll go a little bit in my background there. So born and raised here. I guess technically this was North Platte High School was the only public school that I ever went to, because I went to Our Redeemer Lutheran School, a little parochial school from preschool through 8th grade. So then even that kind of jump from going from a school that had preschool through 8th grade and maybe about 100-ish students in that whole school, then going from up here to the high school where there's about 1,200 students, big bit of a jump where there's maybe 20, 30-ish kids in every class, so many kids, right? There's 4 different lunches and whatnot. So that was a bit of a big jump, but I had a great background at Our Redeemer, and I had some great teachers here, which is what helped lead me to teaching as well. Well, some great teachers. I had Senora Ache, Miss Hanson, who used to teach here for a long time. She was pretty awesome. Y'all should look up at her or check her out and whatnot. Who retired. I didn't take over her position. Unfortunately, another student teacher who's no longer with us did. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, as a student, I was very involved in all sorts of activities. I did tennis my first year, or actually my twin brother and I. Yes, I'm a twin, by the way. In case y'all don't know this, it's finally actually out there. I don't normally broadcast that just because I'm just like, well, what are the odds you'll actually see him around town or whatnot? Because we kind of run in different circles, but sometimes we might be in the same circle, but more than likely you either see me or him. That's it. And so there's that. There's a little bit of that. So my twin brother and I think just because a little bit of being a big jump from a smaller school to a bigger school, we both did tennis together. We're like, yeah, sure, let's try this out. We were terrible, easily the worst people on the tennis team for sure, because all these other guys probably either had done it in middle school before, or maybe had lessons and stuff like that. So we were just like trying to learn like the basics. Basically, we would just hit the tennis ball back and forth. When we were growing up with our grandma, who was awesome at just helping, or our grandma and aunt, who also just tried to help push a lot of different introduce us to a lot of different activities and things like that. Totally sucked. Then come about winter time, I think that's when I did start running with the track guys. And then I did track all 4 years. I did band all 4 years. I only did choir my senior year and did it was jazz choir, so like the blue and gold singers. I did that just my last year, and that was about it. Otherwise, I did cross country my other 3 years. Made it to state every year. Didn't quite place as well as I'd like to, but that's fine.
Right.
What would you say made you want to become a teacher here?
I just had a lot of good role models. Like I said, I had Miss Senora Ache, who just really helped a little bit with not only my love for Spanish, but also love for languages, and just was an awesome teacher. I can think back to Mr. Altig, not Coach Altig. We have Coach Altig here, but I'm talking about Mr. Altig, his father, who was also a real good influence. I only had him for speech, but still great guy. But I had Mrs. Altig for English, his wife. and among other so many different great teachers. I had Coach McGuire. Did y'all, if y'all had him, y'all have him?
I don't think I had. I don't think I had a class with.
I kind of moved here
No.
like sophomore year, so.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Because maybe you might have had him in elementary, because he was an elementary coach or elementary PE teacher, and he was just an awesome coach. And so just so many different people, and even when I got to University of Nebraska Kearney, UNK, go Lopers. Coach Bonzel was just a great guy and just a great role model. Who also I got the privilege of taking one of his teaching classes from him and learned some great stuff from him as well. Just
Right.
a lot of different role models.
Well, since you were a student here, like, how has everything changed here at the school? Do you think?
For the most part, fewer things have changed. I want to say, for the most part, kids are still kids. Maybe just clothing has changed, right? Our phones have changed. 'Cause back when I was a student, it was like earlier on in the phone game, or maybe we had like flip phones, and maybe we were also trying to sneak texting texting Bay or whoever we were texting with, or whatnot. For those of us who maybe my age or even at least my age or about my age or so, it's like you think you're sneaky, but we see you. As a teacher, I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing. We can tell.
Well, fair enough.
Last question. What would you say is the best piece of advice you can give?
Ooh, about anything in particular, or like
Specifically, it's like
or like
to
for
the
students?
students,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, perfect. So I think we do put a lot of pressure as a society. We put a lot of pressure that's saying you have to do this next step or that next step. Often it might be college, university, whatever. If you like learning, go to college, university, or community college, JUCO, whatever. Go do that. Find something that you want to do, and just go do it. Because there's so many different things. You can go to the military if you're not sure, and that's honestly a smart financial decision to make, because you can go to the military and have them pay for your school and maybe give you some more time to figure out what you want to do. Like, I think I'll do this, want to do that. Try something, even if it's for like a few 3 to 5 years, might be a good amount of time to figure out what you want to do. If you're not sure exactly what you want to do after high school, maybe take like a gap year. Stay at home, save up some money, find a job or something, think about things, or if you can, go travel. Absolutely, I'm all for traveling. Please go out there and travel. So we live in a big, wide world, and there's only so much we see here in North Platte, Nebraska. So if you want to do higher education, go to it, whether that's JUCO, go to trade school, make some big bucks. It's only like a couple years, and you can make some big bucks doing that.
Right, yeah.
And it's always going to be needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
So-
100% agree with that.
All different things like that. You don't have to do college is not the end all be all. You have your choice. Go find something that you want to do.
Explore the world, you know?
Absolutely. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I've
All
only
right.
been to less than 10 countries, I think.
More than I've ever been.
I was saying
to.
more than me too. I've been like 0. Just here.
Well, I've now with the last trip to Spain and France, that was my third time going to Spain, because I did once before that, or twice before that, and then that time. But also we have our with the current trip we're gonna go to in 2027. If you want to check that out, today is the last day if you want to sign up and get a $300 discount. Who doesn't like discounts?
True.
Go check out. We have flyers around the school, or get with Miss Hartman or Miss Mejia to help get some of that information. Sign up and book it. We're gonna go to London. We're gonna go to France. We're gonna go to Spain. And it'll be my first time actually going to London. I was at like the smaller airport, not Heathrow. I can't think of what it was called, but it's kind of cool because it's just look out of the window and you're in a field and there's sheep.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a
yeah.
smaller airport. Yeah, check it out.
I'll definitely actually invest some of my time in looking in that. But I think that'll be our show for today. So we wanted to thank you again for coming out,
Big
Really
thanks.
appreciate it.
Massive.
Thank you for having me, Aiden and Landon.
Well, thank you so much.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Landon.
See you next time on Bulldog Banter.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Pause up.